So let me start with the strategy and kind of summarize it for you because it's evolved some. Some of you are new, first time here at the conference. Some of you have seen it change over the years. And so let's kind of step back a little bit and let's summarize what we're trying to do and what we've built. So this is kind of a architecture stack, a set of services is the way to think about it, the foundational principles and what we've kind of grown to over the years. So we started off with that bottom layer, which is foundational for us for sure, and that's industry expertise. The theory there was we felt like after watching this happen in many, many years in the industry nuances and extensions that are normally customized by consultants, those should be in the core product. We had to learn industries, we had to organize ourselves by industries, and hire people from industries, and we do that today. And so the theory was the last mile of industry functionality that's so esoteric and hard and so unique in different industries, we wanted to put that in the product because that was a precursor for taking these applications to the cloud. You can't customize for every customer in the cloud. You have to have core functionality. That was the goal, to have it be multi-tenancy. So we like that last mile esoteric features. I'm going to show you some of that and what we've added over the last year in just a moment. The more complex, the more we like it. We have to be students of industry and learn it, and then put that in the product, don't customize it. So everything we do comes back down to that at some point. The second thing we did was anticipating that cloud would become a bigger deal than it was 6 years ago. If we're going to rewrite these applications, which is what we're doing at the time, spent about $3 billion doing that, let's leapfrog, look for a disruption in the market, and write them for a public hyperscale cloud. We chose Amazon, which has been a great decision for us, and so we built that out, and we started earlier, and now we're way ahead in terms of the percentage of our business coming from the cloud than other companies in our industry that started on premise. And then the third thing we decided about a year and a half ago was to address multi-company processes, build a network. So we bought a company called GT Nexus, and the rationale for that was we can automate applications in the four walls of the enterprise, which is what most ERP or business applications companies do. However, the reality is the world has changed. Companies aren't vertically integrated anymore. They specialize. People specialize, companies specialize, entire economies are specialized. And so that lack of vertical integration means you have a lot of federated partners, trading partners that have to work together to build a product, to sell a product. So 80% of the data you need is outside of your enterprise, and so are the processes. So we built a network to put all those trading partners on the network again with GT Nexus. We'll talk about how that works and how we've changed that over the last year since we last presented this to you last year. We've extended the concept on extending it to the demand chain, for instance, and including more people in the network. We'll talk about how that has evolved. And then the next two layers we're adding at this conference is analytics and artificial intelligence. So analytics, we're in a great position to do that. We have access to a lot of great data. We had a hodgepodge of tools that we were OEMing from third parties. We had the opportunities to acquire a company called Burst, which is an end-to-end modern BI network BI platform. We'll talk about what that is a little bit later on as well. So those are the kind of the two new layers. And then lastly, our artificial intelligence strategy. And we'll introduce a new product near the end of this that we think will be interesting to you. So that's what we're going to talk about today. That's kind of the agenda, but that's also our strategy.